Happy end of the month. Beautiful to gather with you here for our code experience. For anyone who may be new, we are the Temple of Wholeness. We are committed and devoted to helping those who are on the path of awakening through body, through emotion, through mind, through spirit, and into relationship, community, and the world at large. So we gather every month here at the end of the month to share some space and some community time and be in practice together. Being in practice together in community is one of the most important things that we really can do right now. And feeling ourselves open and opening and really more embodied with each other is the great balm and salve that we believe that society needs right now. So we're excited to be here with you, just so you have a sense of the arc for those who are new. Um, we will start with an attunement by Amber, a way to get into the body, a way to touch into what we are experiencing in this moment and attune with ourselves and attune together. Then I'll be leading a very brief teaching and a practice. And then we will bring it all together at the end with some voices in as a way to just kind of gather any wisdom that any of you may have experienced and are wishing to express. So we are excited again to be here with you. And with no further ado, we'll start our attunement and I'll hand it over to Amber.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you everyone for being with us today. It's a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and some new faces joining us too. So with that, I invite everyone to settle into your seat wherever you are. And as you settle into your seat, see if you can organize yourself, if possible, where your feet are able to come in contact with the ground. So, whatever surface is beneath you. As you get nice and comfy, beginning to close the eyes. And as we close the eyes, we demarcate the space. We allow ourselves to begin for this time to shift our attention from the external and to begin to become more intimate with our internal space. So, for these first few breaths, just settling with each inhale, drawing more of your attention inwards. With each exhale, allowing yourself to rest in and down more fully, giving way to the surface beneath you that is supporting you, feeling your feet upon the earth, and discovering with each of these exhales how much more can you allow yourself to come to a state of rest upon the earth, feeling the earth holding you so steady, feeling the constancy of her support, and allowing yourself to trust that support more fully as you release into her. And now becoming aware of the central channel, this tube that runs from the crown of the head down through the center of the body and through the root. And we're going to begin to allow the breath to be guided into the central channel, to begin to potentize our energy, to gather and collect ourselves within our core. So as we bring our attention up to the crown of our head, imagining the aperture here begins to dilate more broadly open now, like widening the funnel. And allowing your attention to just gently lift up and out above the crown, a few feet above the head. And as we bring our attention here, looking upwards, we begin to join more fully with this downward flowing immanent force, connecting to the light of the sun with all of the information that it is constantly transmitting to us. And with the next inhale, we begin to draw down that golden source stream, the light, the fire, the warmth of the sun, drawing it down through the crown and breathing that warm light down into the heart. And as we reach the top of this in-breath, go ahead and suspend the breath for a few seconds, really allowing the heart to drink this energy in, to fill up, to soften with the warmth. And as you exhale, releasing the breath and the current of this golden, warm, nourishing light downwards, flowing down through the central channel, flowing down to the pelvis, and allow this energy to flow down your legs until it begins to pool beneath your feet as it joins the earth. Again, bringing our attention above the crown of the head, another deep, full inhale as we actively receive this light and warmth into the heart. Again, filling all the way to the top of this in-breath, feel the heart receive this light and suspend once again this fire of your heart, of your love and your warmth. And as you exhale, softening, releasing downwards once again to flow down the central channel, down to the pelvis, down the legs, and expanding that pool beneath the feet now of energy gathering here for you. And one more breath in this way, breathing from above the head, drinking it downwards. Let it saturate all the way down into the heart. And again, suspend, just hovering in this quantum pause between breaths as the energy packs inwards, filling you from within. And to exhale, releasing, again, softening downwards, following that flow of energy to the pelvis, down the legs, into these pools beneath the feet at the earth. Now we reverse the direction, beginning to breathe upwards from the soles of the feet, drawing this energy back upwards. The energy of the sun and the cosmos combining with the energy of the earth, and drinking that energy up the soles of the feet, up the legs. Breathe it up into the pelvis and let it gather here at the core of your pelvis. And when you reach the top of this in-breath, once again, pause and feel the energy packing inwards, filling your pelvic bowl. The nourishment, vitality. And as you exhale, continue to follow that current upwards through the central channel, up through the heart, until it fountains up and out of the crown of the head, washing back down around the body, flowing back down to the earth. And again, breathing from beneath the feet, actively drawing that nourishment up through the legs, following it up to the pelvis, and then reaching the core of the pelvis, pausing, holding your attention here as you suspend the breath, and allowing this center to receive deeply inwards. And exhale, releasing that energy upwards, following it as it moves up the central channel, and once again, fountains up and out of the crown, washing back down around your field, flowing to the earth. And one more breath in this way from below, receiving and breathing upwards, reaching the pelvis, suspend the breath. Feel the pelvis draw the energy more deeply inwards. And exhale, releasing, following it up until it once again fountains and washes back down around the body. Now allowing your attention to come to rest at the center of the heart. Drawing your attention into a single point of focus here at this doorway of the heart. And as you allow this center to open more deeply inwards, feel it begin to draw your attention like a magnet, pulling into this point, the singularity of your being, the meeting of heaven and earth within your body. So as you breathe, feel that magnetic draw inwards, deeper and deeper still. And as you exhale, allow a softening and a widening of the center, expanding outwards in all directions. It begins to open more fully from the inside out. And as you simply focus and breathe in and out of this heart center, I invite you to add the evocation of a genuine feeling tone. And that feeling tone can be whatever quality is most serving for you right now. So whether that be appreciation, peace, love, joy, whatever that quality is, beginning to, again, invoke it from the inside out. And as you breathe into this feeling tone in your heart, allow it to grow stronger and more vivid with each breath, becoming ever more tangible. And as you exhale, you allow that feeling tone to expand more fully through you, expanding through the chest. Expanding through the entirety of your nervous system, rippling to the tip of every finger and toe. Tuning the entirety of your being in accord with this frequency that you're choosing to embody in this moment to nourish your life, to bring greater harmony and balance to your experience of your life. And now beginning to envision all present, both on this call live and all who will be enjoying this call in a future moment. Envisioning us all gathering in a giant circle. And from the center of our heart, beginning to emanate a beam of light that is emanating this frequency that you are in your very being, that is also flavored by the tone that you're choosing to emanate in this moment. So allow that emanation to move from your heart to the center of the circle where all of our hearts join together in one shared space. And so the invitation is to both offer the gift of your frequency into this shared space, and as you inhale, to receive the gift of whatever frequencies are contained within the shared space that are supportive for you now, to create a sense of enlivening, of deeper connection, and of shared coherence in this moment. So we're going to give a few moments of silence to be in this communion and enjoy. So with the next inhale, feel all of your energy draw back in and anchor into your heart, to the infinite stability of your core here. And as we exhale, allow a gentle, gradual opening of the eyes into the shared space. With that, it is my pleasure always to hand the baton over to you, Matt, to receive the wisdom of your teachings and practice. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. As always, my invitation as we just do a brief section of teaching is not to leave the embodiment that you've just cultivated, but to allow the mind to stay relaxed and open and allow these words to just land on the shore of your awareness. Whatever sinks in can sink in. Whatever passes by can pass by. But don't contract the mind in order to grasp and sort. Just let it land if it does. Recently, I had the great adventure and great honor to be in Peru for 12 days and staying somewhere where there was no electricity, so no cell phones, and really just deep in the wild, wild of nature. Allowed me this opportunity to reinforce an understanding that I've had that I want to share with you. So, part of our teaching of the Temple of Wholeness is that we are not just human, we are human and divine and nature. And we often relate to ourselves as humans having a spiritual experience, and sometimes some rare people will relate to themselves as spiritual beings having a human experience. But I find that it's very rare that we relate to ourselves as nature having a human experience. And while there are many traditions and many kind of schools of advice that would suggest that you get into nature, and certainly that is important, but to experience yourself as nature is a completely different opportunity. To feel the human arising out of a vast and wide breadth and depth of a unified field that is life, that is nature itself. So today we're going to do a little bit of practice of that and find some fundamental forms of nature. And oftentimes when we do this part of class, we start from the human and move towards that which we are exploring, whether it's the spiritual, the ephemeral, the energy, whatever it is. This time, I'm going to invite us to start as the ephemeral quality and move back towards the human. You don't need to worry about what that's going to look like or how that works. All you need to do is just relax and follow the practice. So, we're going to be working with the five elements, and this system has been championed uh, really most supremely in the East by the Taoists. They have a whole system that was then turned into Chinese acupuncture, Chinese medicine of working with the five elements. And while we could focus on this from a health application, really the focus today is to experience the fundamental nature of each of these elements and how it relates to you. So I'm just going to drop back into that place that Amber helped us to find. That embodied, landed, rested sense of beingness, sense of openness, sense of expansiveness and width throughout our being, a sense of enlivened and energized awareness, the feeling tone of that which we would like to be experiencing more of. And from this place, I'm going to invite you to allow your awareness to sink beyond your body, beyond your feet, beyond the floor, and into the earth. Let the awareness keep falling into the earth, past the level where human awareness tends to reach, past the dirt, past the rock, past the physical form, into a place where the spirit of the elemental is held. This primordial place where, in addition to form, there is essence, essence of the fundamental, essence of the raw building block of reality, the very primal nature of these base constituents that make up all of what is. And as you start to feel that in a more real way, you might realize that the qualities of scale, big and small, are not so relevant. The qualities of intense and weak, not so relevant. The quality and quantity of time, not so relevant. We're in a place where an essential feature of reality outside of context, of time and space, we can come in direct contact with our first element, which is fire. And I invite you to feel the fundamental nature of what fire is. Feel its heat. Come in direct contact with that fundamental source of heat in all of reality. Feel its mutable nature. It's always moving, always changing, not fixed, can't pin it down, can't put it into a place, doesn't have a form. It's perfectly ephemeral, fleeting. And yes, it can ramp up and be very intense or it can calm down. Just be in very soft glow of light and warmth. And as we feel, get in contact with that essential nature of fire, I'm going to invite you to invite the fire into the essence of self. As you bring the fire in, notice where it wants to go. Notice what it wants to do, where it wants to be. And as you feel the fire, notice how you experience it. Do you receive it? Do you like it? Do you reject it? Do you avoid it? How does fire feel inside of you? And we're going to relax and leave the self, go back to that realm of essences. Find our next element, which is earth. Fire naturally gives way to earth. And the qualities of earth is so steady, so stable, so fixed, holding the essence of form and integrity, unmovable. The quintessential visual of earth is the mountain. Maybe stubborn, but unperturbed, peaceful in that way. So as we encounter this fundamental experience of stability, we can bring that too into the body and notice where stability, integrity, form, sturdiness is desired in the body. And when I say body, I mean body, mind, spirit, heart, of course. Where in the being would we love to invoke and choose and invite more of the steadiness? And as we start to feel this and let this land, we'll once again return to this place of essences, this realm of fundamentals, and allow ourselves to encounter the essence of metal. You can feel the mineral quality of metal. Feel its ability to create edge, boundary, rigidity, a very different type of structure than earth. How it can create sharpness, but is cold. That quality of metal that allows us to experience rigidity and a type of certainty. Nature of metal that cuts through, creates demarcation. And again, we can invite that into our body and feel where that quality of cold, of edge, of boundary, of clarity in our body and being is most desired. Once again, we return to the realm of forms and find ourselves engaging with the form of water. Slippery, also ephemeral, cool, ever seeking, ever moving, ever going downhill, finding its most balanced and most restful state. The very essence of what it means to be fluid. That nature as water, that is adaptable, that can allow ourselves to change direction, momentum in a single moment, that can be in response to what is. And when we feel our relationship as being to water, we might feel those parts that want to soften and find fluidity, find responsiveness, find our ability to adapt. Those places that want to soften and can move and will move, but also that very special quality of stillness that arises when water comes to rest. And lastly, we'll encounter the form of wood, the ever rising, growing, expanding, moving towards the sun, moving roots down deep into earth. This wood that is just looking to be more, to be bigger, to expand and take over all of the space around it, to plant more trees and have a tree family. Feel that quality that simultaneously moves down into earth and leverages earth's stability, wrapping its roots around rocks, and simultaneously is climbing, climbing, climbing towards the sun, wanting more light, more warmth. And feel where our life wants this, where our being wants this, where we are dynamic motion, vitalized growth. Now that we have all five elements, I'm going to invite you to feel the relationship between them. Feel how fire rises and consumes, creates light and heat, but eventually recedes, and in its wake is left ash that becomes earth. And earth rests for tens, hundreds, thousands of years, moves slightly over time and compacts, all the while appearing very stable, very still, very steady, but even deep within this steadiness, these elements are combining to create metal. And metal, the elements come together to form these veins of ore, veins of material that are cold but conductive, have edge, have sharpness, very different from the earth all around them, very compressed, tight, and rigid. And as they're exposed to the air, their coldness draws in condensation, and metal gives way to water. Water accumulates, drips down, forms pools as it creates enough, starts to move down to the lowest point, seeking, 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 fluid, soft, malleable, until eventually it finds the root of a tree or a bush or a plant, and that wood draws the water up into itself so that it can grow down and grow up. It can be in the process of life. It can expand and expand both down and up and all around by planting more plants, more trees, more bushes, until eventually there's a lightning strike and the tree burns and becomes fire again. As you feel all of these qualities within the self, I'm going to invite you to feel them both individually and as a harmony. Feel how they perfectly balance each other. This is the magic of the Chinese medicine application, is recognizing that we are a system of harmony. When we are not in harmony, the body gives us messages. These messages become symptoms. These symptoms are just calls to return to harmony, to find the right balance of fire, of earth, of metal, of water, and of wood. This is true in the physical body. This is true in the emotional body. This is true in the mental body. All aspects of self move towards this harmony. So I'm going to invite just a few moments, 30 seconds or so, of just feeling these elements in all aspects of self. And now I'm going to ask you to use your intuition to see which element the body, the mind, the heart would like to experience more of. As we move this from an element to a quality of self, this transition from the raw and primal essence of the element to the quality of its expression inside a human? Are we looking for the excitement and the creativity and the passion of fire? Are we looking for the calm, peaceful abiding of earth? Would we like the clarity, the incisiveness, the boundary of metal? Do we need to relax and be in the flow of water? Or is it time for growth and expansion and evolution in wood? As you ask the body what it would like, or what suite of these elements it would like, I will invite you to pull them into the body, call them into the body. This is both an invitation and an act of intentional will to call them into you. Invite them to land where they most need to be. And with the conscious mind, choose to express these qualities so they really can integrate and actually take hold in your life. Give yourself a practice for the next week of what are 3 ways that I can be more in the experiencing and the expression of this element. Maybe where I was fiery before, I can be more like water. Maybe where I was so oriented to growth before, I can be with stillness of earth. Just feel that element take root, recognizing that it is nature and nature is you. And now we will give our gratitude, thanks to these elemental forces, and allow them to return to their realm of primary essences. Thank the elements for truly animating life, creating the foundations in which life can exist. And thank ourselves and our body for holding these primary, essential, ancient, fundamental aspects of reality and being and truth inside us all the time. Any elements that you welcomed in, just take a moment of gratitude to be with them. Let that gratitude be the way that they land more fully, that they know that they are appreciated, and that the body, the psyche, and the heart come together in unison to be in this practice of working with these elements. And now, just as a cherry on top, I'm going to invite you to see 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks into the future, in which you continue to work with these elements that you invited in. You committed to the practice, the awareness, the expression. What's different? What's new? What's exciting? How is the prayer that we're making right in this moment answered in the future? Give yourself the gift of seeing and enjoying that now. and planting a flag in that future moment of a more desired outcome so that you have later today, tomorrow, in the weeks ahead, a place to navigate to. The fulfillment of this prayer through this practice of access to the primary elements, knowing that you are forging a relationship with these elements that you can deepen for the rest of your life if you choose. See how your life gets more delightful, more exciting, more fulfilling. See how that radiates out into the lives of the people around you. And how good it feels to be on your path of the expression of the highest self that wants to come into the direct experience of your life now. And in that gratitude and in that delight of the higher self, we say, so it is. So it is. So it is. Just allowing that to rest, settle, permeate out into the space around you, to the life around you, to the time around you, to the possibility all around you, informing reality via intent. When you're ready, you can start to come back. Take in the world around you, the room that you're in. You can see out the window, nature itself, with your new elemental eyes, with this new feeling of these elements inside you. And we'll just take one brief moment to make a prayer that the benefit, any excess benefit of energy, intention, capacity, and capability that we are not able to access and harmonize, we gladly give out into the world for the benefit of all beings, for the benefit of nature, in the earth, in the sun, in the cosmos, for the plants, the animals, the trees, the mountains, and the rivers, the oceans. Thank you for this grand experiment that we call life. Thank you for giving us these moments in which we can gather to pray, to be together, and to be in the mystery of what it is to be. So, with that, if there's anyone who would like to share, anyone who has questions, thoughts, insights, we'll open that up now. So, feel free to take yourself off of mute. And there's space for that. Or if you want to make a comment in the comments, you're welcome to do that before we send you out to your day.
This is Stephen in Kauai. Just wanted to thank you, Matt, for your guidance. Right now, I'm feeling drawn to water, just feeling that need for flowing and responsiveness. Um, I also like the idea that I can recognize these essences within myself and also within another so that I could meet battle with water, for example.
Yes.
And so I really like this idea of playing with these elements and seeing how the relations are dancing together as we dance together. And I feel like it brings clarity to kind of see each other as we're expressing these elemental forms. So I'm very grateful to your contribution today.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Stephen. Lovely to see you. And yes, being on Kauai, making good friends with water is a great choice. Lovely. Anyone else?
I'll share. It's so great to tune in with both of you and be in your field and the presence of all of these other luminous beings. And um, it was interesting to notice that the elements that I already have in abundance, I just didn't even hear them. They just kind of tuned out of my field. But I was so present to the ones that I intend to call in more of, which
Mm.
I'm sure you can guess, Matt. But fire and metal, and really having more of those. Fire, I've had a lot of resistance to for a lot of my life, and um, both in the energetic sense and the physical sense, and in all the ways, um, and the aspects of the metal, the clarity and the boundaries is something that's always a work in progress for me. So yeah, it was just interesting to notice how clear and focused those came through, and the other ones I just kind of drifted into liminal space. So yeah, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Lovely to see you, Jackie.
You too.
Anyone else?
I'll share. Just want to say thank you also first. I like the idea of balancing the elements and have wanted to learn more about that. And, each element kind of went to a different part of my body. So that was interesting. But one element that I really didn't know a lot of the characteristics about was the one that my mind was like, boom, metal,
Mm.
before you even completed the sentence. And I was like, I don't even know the characteristics of that one. And you said clarity and all the things. I'm like, I can be a little indecisive. I can kind of take my time to get to the answer of things sometimes. So yeah, I totally see the need for that in my life. And it was just a real clarity moment for me. So thank you so much.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I always love it when the wisdom of the being beyond the mind just hits it right on the head. Way to go. Great. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Hi,
Yeah,
Pamela.
I just wanted to uh, thank you all so much, and Matt and Amber. Oh, the elements and the way your voice delivered the words, Matt, and with my eyes closed. Wow, that was very powerful for me. I want to cry because so first the fire, it went directly um to my pelvis.
Mm,
And I could feel the flames at the base firing up. And then the earth went right to my heart.
mm,
And then the metal went right to my throat.
mm,
And then the water was a waterfall above my crown,
mm,
washing down. And that's when the tears came.
mhm,
And then so I get triggered by the water, the cleansing. I get triggered and I still have to figure that one out. Um, And then the wood went directly to my feet.
mm,
So I was just imagining this beautiful elemental nature, molecular bounce, just swirling energy throughout my whole body from the top of my head to my feet, with those elements just dancing, doing their
mm,
role, playing their role. And and I knew that the water was relevant because I stopped crying. And then
Mm.
when you summed it up and you mentioned that word water again, my body went brrr. It's like it triggers and I don't know why. But it's very cleansing. It's like I have this
Mm.
image now. I have this image to take with me and I just love and adore the idea that nature having a human experience. That's very profound.
Mm.
And I will take that with me for the rest of my life. So thank you so much. And I adore all of you. Yeah, blessing to be here. Thank you.
Mm. Our pleasure, Pamela. Lovely. Great work. Great work. Always great to have you with us.
It's Skylar. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I too really love the thing about, human, divine, and nature. Um, that that not the idea of going into nature, but recognizing we are nature. I loved
Yeah.
that. And I also, I mean, and I'm still surfing on like, was it proactive gratitude and we're the sense organs of the universe or cosmos. But I really wanted to acknowledge how beautiful Amber's guided meditation was. I was
Yeah.
like in bliss with that. I often use in my work the sort of guided ideology of connecting with, like the sun, celestial, uh, divine, as well as being rooted. But I just loved like the pauses and bringing in all of that and pooling it below and then bringing up that beautiful mix and bringing it into the body. And my takeaway was like, okay, I need to embody this all the time, that connection.
Mm.
So that was one of my few takeaways from today.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Skylar. Yeah, it's interesting. Amber embodies naturally more fire and water, and I naturally embody more earth and metal. So you get a little bit of a tour through the elements with the both of us together. Excellent. Well,
Mind blowing.
I think we're at time here, so I'm gonna send you out into the beautiful experience of your day. Happy Sunday. So lovely to be with all of you. And this will be up on YouTube for anyone who wants to revisit before too long. And we will see you all again next month. Appreciate you all so much.